Oh, it was terrifying, to be honest with you. Like, I remember there was sort of like the night before there was an announcement to the staff, and Joy told everybody we were stepping in, and that went fine. It was fine. My husband had kind of been working there as a part-time employee without telling everybody who he was for a little while, just to try and get to know the business and to look at it. And so for some people, they're like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. You didn't really feel like a restaurant person. But so he already knew a couple of people, and he sort of had observed them, and he's a great judge of character. I think I'm an extremely trusting human being, and I just think everybody's awesome. He, on the other hand, can really judge, who people are and what they bring to the table and what their intentions are and where their heart is in a really cool way that I admire. And he already had a sense of, here are like 3 people that I think really care about the fountain, and can have a great depth of historical knowledge, and maybe we could lean into them a little bit more than having to lean into the previous owner. Like, let's let her retire. And so that second day that we were there, the general manager and the assistant manager walked out. They had sort of some issues with new owners coming in, and I think they were a little burnt out, and as was everybody at that time post-COVID. And so we were very scared. We're like, we don't know where the recipes are. We don't know how to contact our employees yet. Like, we just got here. And so that sort of kicked off this crazy time frame of us just trying to build structure and all of those things. But luckily, this server, who'd been there for a little over a decade, just came up to us and said, "It's going to be okay." And he clocked out his server, clocked in his manager, and he took care of us for the next month and really ran the ship, and we all figured it out together. And for me, that was just it was such a godsend, because if he hadn't done that, I don't know what we would have done in that moment. He was able to really show us where we could find everything, and help us get to know everybody that worked for us. And at the time, he didn't want to be general manager. He was just doing us a favor. So we went on the hunt for a general manager, and we even gave somebody else a job offer. And but while they were making their decision, I started to observe him and his nature, and I thought, I really want Nathan to be our general manager. And eventually we sort of wore him down, and he came to realize that, hey, I can trust you. You're somebody that has my best interests. I feel like you're somebody I want to partner with. And he took the job. But in those days where we didn't have leadership, we took 3 or 4 people that had just been there for a long time out to dinner and said, hey, like, do you mind helping us? We're new here, and we can tell that you guys have all this great knowledge. We'd love to defer to you and partner with you, and we see that you really care. And they just were like, yeah, absolutely, we've got your back, no problem. And those partnerships are still partnerships to this day, that are those individuals are growing with us, and they've come into true leadership. They were just servers and ice cream people and kitchen people and all that sort of stuff, and now they've all grown into leadership with us.